threes. Yeah? Yeah, I did. Dang. SRL, please. Or not SRL, restream, please. There we go. So right off the bat, we're gonna see some tight shooting to get through targets. Ideally, they'll get targets in under 3 seconds before the HUD turns on. Oh, I should be looking at the restream and not, or at the commentary stream and not the restream. I'm smart. It looks like they did pretty well on their targets. Well, so what we saw at right there was a scan dash. This game has no sideways speed cap, and that is pretty much the cornerstone of the attack in this game. You can go very far very quickly with a decent dash. There's another dash. You saw at ship, they lock their speed by pressing R. That's important sometimes, but sometimes it isn't. Another thing, so something you saw just there was the L jump. When you press L, you lock your speed, or no, not lock your speed. You I guess you kind of lock your speed in a way, but it causes you to accelerate really fast, like 13 frames or something. I'm not exactly sure of the number right now, and you hit some constant value pretty quickly. It is slightly faster than just regular walking as well. You can let go of L. You can also just jump holding L and let go of L. And because you're already at the quote top speed for walking, you start accelerating. So L jumping is faster than L walking. Oh, and here's a ledge clip. Ooh. That's Cody clip. You abuse a reposition to skip most of biohazard containment there and get to the top level like instantly. What's coming up here is our favorite boss, the best boss in the run. I think I'm being sarcastic, but I'm not sure. Parasite Queen. You'll see both runners do rapid fire missiles, and you're not supposed to fire missiles as fast as they're about to, but meh. You can just hold up on the C stick and mash missiles and win. Vertigo is taking the safety save. Ah, okay. Vertigo taking the safety save because he plans to do friggin' wall crawl. Which, very fair. Venmissa either believes or is not going to do the wall crawl. Oh, I just noticed Venmissa is wearing fusion suit, and yeah, there goes Parasite Queen. Nice. Venmissa did take a break from streaming recently to like move and stuff. So she might not want to do Frigate Wall Crawl because Frigate Wall Crawl is really stupid. But we'll see. The out of bounds is literally next room. I know Vertigo is going to go for it. Since he saved. Oh, Venmissa believes. Alright. And so Venmissa is trying. Both runners are trying to get a reposition to get them out of bounds. It's really stupid, honestly. Venmissa gets a second try. Vertigo has a little bit of trouble, but he gets it relatively quickly. And oh, that's bad. Falling, dang. And that's why you save. Vertigo's floating up to the floor of the Aether box because you might have heard this before, but every room's in a box. Prime 1 Aether jumps. Oh, Venmissa is already almost done. At this point, I would reset if I were Vertigo. Well, yeah, I guess Vertigo could still save it. Venmissa has some really good wall crawling going here. Okay, Vertigo got up too. So every room's in a box. This box we call Ether. And when you're in this box, or when you leave this box and walk off any ledge for that matter, you have about, what? I'm sorry, about 3 frames. And by about, I mean exactly 3 frames to input a jump, like Vertigo is doing right now. Oh, he was a bit far forward. This room is the most painful room of Frigid Wall Crawl right here. Yeah, Venmissa did really good. Wow. She's probably going to end up with a... well, sub 6 minute space jump boots, which is very good to say the least. Yeah. I think Vertigo is still going to save time here. Oh yeah, Vertigo is still going to save time, so... oh, God, words. So that wall crawl saves about a minute's done optimally in-game time, and some extra 40-odd seconds for RTA cutscenes you don't see. For leaderboard run, for runs that would be submitted to the leaderboard, you oh wait, that might actually be the 5:30 space jump boots. Oh geez, because they started their timers like 30 seconds ahead of where they would in a a run submitted to the leaderboard. All right. So anyways, leaderboard runs are done by IGT, but I don't know where I was going with that, but oh god. Oh no, I'm flaking. Oh, yeah, so most wall crawls save both IGT and RTA. So Vertigo came out just barely ahead and saved in-game time, but he still could have, because most runners can get out of, or at this level, these runners could get out with 420 at the very least on a bad day, I think. Inbounds at least. So Vertigo still saved like 20-odd seconds of in-game time. But also an additional 40 seconds of cutscenes not watched, so it's still very much worth it. Anyways, standard early Chozo routing. Get morph ball, charge, bombs. Ooh, I hate this L jump Venmissa is doing. It's quite possibly my least favorite part of early game. But also, I don't do frigid wall crawl. Nice bunny hopping. I'll have to explain that at some point. Let's hold on though. Venmissa gets morph ball and does she do the IGT optimization? So that's the in-game time optimization right there. For RTA purposes, it's faster to unmorph and jump over the beetle trigger. I don't know. I don't think all that many people have done that though. Nice dash. There was a jump Venmissa could have gone for there, but it looks like she was gonna miss it. So, and she recognized it and backed off on it. Anyways, there is actually another route if we were optimizing by RTA instead, which we call the thug route for whatever reason. I don't think anybody's done it yet because it involves doing R skip. There's a point in the run that's just like a lot of elevators where the in-game timer doesn't tick up. Oh yeah, because in-game timer doesn't tick up during cutscenes, and which I should have mentioned much earlier. So if you can get around by riding elevators, that saves time. If you can route it nicely. Icefire did thug route. Okay. And so the thug route essentially minimizes elevators for actual gameplay. It's a thing. Okay. Venmissa trying to find the charge beam and just can't. That's always a fun time when you're walking around the item, just like perfectly somehow dodging it. Nice dash. It was the same route T3 used in his 53. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Venmissa must be waiting for the Zoid cutscene to play out. There is like around a minute of delay from what they're actually doing and when we see it. Yeah. Anyways, upcoming is everyone's favorite part of the run, RNG. I specifically have a split to quarantine this from the rest of the run, and this is Zoid. He has a weak point that pops up, and you shoot it 4 times, and it dies. The RNG is in how long it takes for the weak point to pop up. You can come out. You can get a time difference of 35 seconds from best and worst Zoid. Generally, what runners do to tell how good their Zoid is listen to the music. If it loops, that's generally a below average Zoid. Oh, SpeedGaming Espanol has joined us. Hey, welcome to Metroid Prime. The second phase is looking pretty bad here. Yeah, it's not great to be ahead of have a run that's like 10 seconds ahead and then come out 15 seconds behind because Zoid decided to just be rude and Zoid. Now it looks like it's about to loop on Venmissa's end, which is unfortunate. I am pulling up the commentator control so we can switch to Vertigo's audio when Venmissa is down here. That was just barely average. Like if you beat the loop, it's generally considered average. All right, let's see how Vertigo does. He's got his music pretty quiet. I think that was the second phase or the third phase. Good content, bad RNG. Yeah, pretty much. Oh. I don't think Vertigo has his music on at all. Fair enough. Switching back to Venmissa. So, oh wow, it's a lot louder. Jeez. Oh, he does. Fair enough. It's just very faint. Okay. So you might think that a lot of runs reset on Zoid for bad RNG. No, you would be surprised. Most people do not reset for bad Zoid because Metroid Prime is so skill intensive and volatile that it's really not worth it to reset for the 10 seconds on Zoid, usually. Maybe in like absolute worst case scenario it might be worth it, but for 99% of runners now, it's not worth it. Anyways, Venmissa is coming up on everyone's other favorite boss, the cutscene. This boss is literally like 80 to 90% cutscenes done optimally. Oh, Vertigo showing a pretty sick strat to climb Arboretum. Oh yeah, you're supposed to scan runes. Nah, you can just do that and jump over the gate. This split didn't used to have a name in my splits. I used to just have the icon of Resident Sleeper here. It's not worth resetting at Zoid for 100% of runners. Fair enough. Fair enough. How was your day, Venmissa, during the cutscenes? Because, man, is this certainly a cutscene. Yeah, this is the cutscene boss. One thing we didn't see the runners do after coming out of Zoid, there is a bomb puzzle there you're supposed to do to get 2 Chozo Depths for like ice ruins. But meh, you can just wall crawl instead. Imagine a world where you need to reset to Zoid just like SM runners have to due to Fantoon. I'm glad we don't live in that world yet. I am very glad we don't live in that world. So coming up here, Venmissa and Vertigo are picking up various food from this, obviously, but there's another item in this room. Oh no, Puke Suit is coming up. Oh no! Brace your eyes. We're going from toothpaste suit all the way up to vomit. Here it comes, the terror. It's happening. Ah! And there it is, the Puke Suit. Why everyone jokes that fusion suit is terrible. Puke jokes aside, coming up here, again, another item in this room that you need to beat the game, an Artifact of Wild. And Artifact of Wild, there's multiples you see. But if they don't pick it up now, they'd have to get Spider Ball and Supers and come back, which is such a huge time loss. So instead of just going to jump into this corner, hold up left and do an infinite bomb jump to get back to the top. Like so. That's a one-shot trick for the most part. If you fall down to the bottom of Sun Tower, rip your run. Did either of these runners save before? I don't know if they did. But they're... Well, Venmissa got it. Well, Vertigo should get it too, hopefully. Please get it, Vertigo. They didn't save. And he gets it. Oh boy. What terror. What terror. That is legit one of the stupidest run tricks in the run, entirely because it's one shot. It's always clutch. Always. Anyways, ghosts. I hate this fight. There's a bit of RNG involved. Like, they can just decide to all be hidden for, like, a long time, but nah. But you can get them to cooperate otherwise by stun locking them like Vertigo is doing, and Venmissa too. Like so. I mean, no, there are worse tricks in the run, but I still maintain that trick is just stupid for the failure state. Just 20 minutes down the drain. Because that's... Oh, and Venmissa got the cutscene overlap there from that last ghost. Played out the cutscene and picking up the artifact and the thing at the end of the fight itself. Saves RTA, of course, since you're not watching 2 cutscenes. And like half second of IDT. Better than Floaty Wild. Oof. Rip Floaty Wild. There's another way up to do early wild, but it's really dumb. No one does it. Even though it isn't a one-shot trick, you can mess it up and not lose the run, but it's both slower and harder. Anyways, coming up on Magmore 1. Next step in of business is to pick up Boost Ball and Wave Beam and also another artifact. A couple minutes from now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Asder. I'm so sorry. Oh, and there's another artifact. In theory, you're supposed to require supers for that. You're supposed to have X-ray to see that, and then use a super to open that up. But you can just shoot with 2 missiles. I'm pretty certain that's a developer intended. If it's ever been patched out, then I guess it wasn't. But I don't think it has. No one's ever answered that question for me. Maybe I should ask in Discord or something. I guess I could explain some movement tech while we're here. So you got the basic scan dash. Dash and you let go of L and you keep the speed. You're supposed to lose your speed on a dash, your strafes, but you can just let go and go whee. Venmissa is showing off a little slope jump here. Oh yeah, if you jump against the slope, you get some extra height. Oh, Azure, I'm so sorry. That sounds awful. Hey, race tank. Venmissa is being safe. Vertigo is not. Yeah, figuring out of bounds in this game is terrible. If you don't have like the resources, it's a mess. Oh, so there was an in-game an IGT optimization the runners could have done here with and Vertigo is doing it now. Watching cutscene. If you wait till about now and skip the cutscene, you get moved forward a lot, and you get a slightly better dash. Saves only a couple of seconds. IGT. M2K2 was a resource, I guess. Sounds about right. For my time, at least. Oh, okay. Venmissa almost missed the dash, but maybe not. It did look very clutch, I will say that. Wow, Vertigo is almost caught up, too. Jeez. Inverted snow cones. Yeah, these guys are jerks. So if you run into them from the side, they knock you. They have a knockback value of 60. And for reference, your forward speed cap is 11. Ooh. It's a mess. If you run into them from the side, you're going to go flying. And coming up here, we're about to see the second wall crawl of the run, Wave Sun, and also an infinite speed. There is Wave Beam coming up, but there's also an artifact encased in a plasma and some ice, which you need plasma to melt. But doing some extreme shenanigans, you can collect both of these items at once and cut out what would be a huge backtrack later. Dash and dash. Like so. They have to open that door and close it to make to dump or to hide shorelines so that the game doesn't crash from running out of memory. You see them jumping on doors to transition rooms. Only every one room at a time. Oh, Venmissa is stuck on some sticky terrain here. Oh, jeez. Please fine. Oh, this is really awkward. Vertigo is pulling ahead here. This is a really stupid box. There's a standable collision on the seam because the seams of all the collision is standable. Oh, come on. And Vertigo is now rolling up for the infinite speed. Oh, geez, Venmissa, no, not like this. So Vertigo is building up speed in the corner right now. Technically, the game thinks he's in the tunnel, and being in that room also loads the room with Wave Beam itself. So Vertigo then goes back here, um, gets back inbounds with a clip by boosting into that slot there, and now he's rolling up in the corner, building up speed, and his angular momentum is not capped. So he's building up speed exponentially here. He'll eventually overflow into not a number, and then he can boost once or twice, and for whatever reason, he'll collide with everything and pick up both items. Like so. It's a really stupid glitch. I believe in you, Venmissa. I believe in you, Venmissa. Okay, she's got into a standable spot. Damn. Well, welcome to Out of Bounds. It can save a lot of time, but also this can happen. I believe in you, Venmissa. You got this. You did friggin' wall crawl, like, really freaking well. And there we go. Alright, she's got it. That's the hard part. Vertigo will be coming up to, what is it? Tower Chamber in a couple minutes. To pick up that artifact, and to pick up a Power Bomb expansion for later. This route, which is optimized by in-game time, is called the double IS route sometimes, or double infinite speed. That's what this glitch is called, infinite speed. I don't think I said that yet. The game does lag a bit when you're rolling up like this, but it's not consuming as much IGT as you might think from just by looking at RTA. Oh, that's a nice dash from Vertigo there. I guess I could continue to explain some of the movement tech since I just haven't yet. I explained the L jump. Oh, there's also the R jump. If you press R, that locks in your the direction you're moving in. So if you do that in midair and then turn to the side, you can start building up speed and going even faster. This can, of course, be combined with an L jump. There's also the bunny hop, where if you do an R jump, and just as you're approaching the ground, press L, jump just after touching the ground, you can keep your speed. If you do it really well, you can keep all of your speed, and it's really, bunny hopping in this game is really fun, you guys. It's just so much fun. Movement in this game just feels really good, honestly. Like, if you haven't played this before, I highly recommend checking it out because it's just so much fun to like do good movement in it. Vertigo picking up the third missile expansion of the run. Any percent only picks up 5, maybe 6 sometimes. If you, for like safety, for a certain, you pick up a certain 5th missile as your 5th to avoid picking up a 6th one. Oh god, I'm explaining it terribly. Basically, there was a missile back just before Zoid the runners could have picked up. I think Venmissa might have. No, I wasn't paying attention. Ooh, Venmissa getting shot, but she doesn't get knocked down, which is the important part here. Yeah, there's a missile they could have picked up. And you pick up that missile so you can skip a certain missile if it's being stupid. More on that missile later. Alright, Venmissa with her artifact. Does Vertigo get the good dash here? Heck yeah. That dash can be deceptively difficult. Alright, I mentioned slope jumps before, where you just jump up against the slope and you can get a lot of height, or extra height out of it. Well, if you do that underwater, you just get so much extra height, it's ridiculous. And that's how you get this artifact much earlier than anticipated. Or earlier than anticipated. I'm trying to remember now when a gravity suit becomes available, technically. Oh no. Speedrunner doesn't know casual, etc., etc. And Vertigo gets the hole-in-one. Nice. Ah, dang. This jump can be deceptively stupid, too. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. A lot of these things higher level runners are doing look deceptively easy, and they're not. Like, that's not terrible if you practice it a little bit, but it can be really annoying sometimes. You just keep trying to jump to Root Cave and save like a second, keep falling into the beetles. It's terrible. Anyways, Magnum Pool here, Magnum Pool infinite speed. There's a power bomb Vertigo's going to collect. You're supposed to get like grapple beam for that, and that's like the third to last item in the game or something like that. Or maybe fourth? Point is, it's a late game item. And you're supposed to have power bombs for doing this. But instead, you can just roll in a corner, roll in between some boxes and a wall for 50 in-game seconds, and pick up your power bomb. Thug Route doesn't do this infinite speed. Instead, the first power bomb that route picks up is in Edge of Phendrana near the Artifact of Spirit, which you also need grapple for, but And there we go. Vertigo got the infinite speed. Boop. Power bomb chance acquired. This is Light Show, by the way. A very nasty side effect of infinite speed is that, so technically your angular momentum is a rotational momentum. I forget what it's exactly called, but that's set to not a number, and it doesn't just go away. To get rid of it, you need to find something that sets the camera angle, like an elevator or a cutscene. And so Vertigo's going to this safe station right here. And that fixes it right up. If you unmorph, like you saw Light Show there, if you unmorph all you have Nan, yeah, Light Show happens. What Vertigo was doing there was an IS cancel when he had Light Show to make it so that he could boost around safely. Because boosting and colliding with walls is what causes you to collide with everything. Nice. Nice wall crawl so far. SpeedGaming 2 with the raid. Hey, welcome to the nonsense here. That is Metroid Prime 1. As we're in a really weird section of the game. A lot of nonsense. So this is IBBF, by the way, that Vertigo is doing. It's a goofy one. It's like the second easiest wall crawl in the game to learn, and it's still pretty dumb. Oh, nice. Vertigo didn't get repositioned inbounds in the ice door tunnel. That's a plus. Alright, so Vertigo... Alright, he didn't hit the ghost fight. To skip that fight, it's... while also transitioning, that room is kind of finicky and tight, but there's a setup that makes it not terrible. Yeah. And there's Ice Beam. This is about when you're supposed to go get Ice Beam. You're supposed to go fight the artist first, actually. No, that's not true. This is not when you're supposed to get Ice Beam. You're supposed to have, like, Thermal, Spider Ball, Supers to get Ice Beam, but meh. Yeah, that was a really good wall crawl from Vertigo there. Alright, Venmissa doing that to get out of the water. Alright, and so coming up here is what Vertigo needs, and well, the runners need the Power Bomb for. Life Grove. This is where the last missile you're supposed to pick up for the run is, or one of the last missiles. Life Grove Tunnel is regarded as the worst room in the game. Just straight up, it is the worst room in the game. Other rooms are stupider and more difficult, but this room just doesn't function. It'll eat your momentum. Like, what Vertigo is doing here is to skip the half-pipe, and it's definitely worth it, just so you don't have to do this stupid, janky half-pipe that eats your momentum for no reason. And that's why you sometimes see runners pick up a certain missile roughly where Venmissa is, so you can skip this missile. Because Life Grove takes so long to load that it is optimal to pick up the missile. You can pick up the missile and still beat the load to the room. The room takes that long to load, but Life Grove Tunnel can happen sometimes. So some runners pick up Gathering Hall missile to so they can skip a Life Grove Tunnel one's being incredibly dumb. Venmissa is having a pretty good I had to open my big mouth. That's really awkward when that happens. And Venmissa is resetting. Yeah, it's easier to reset at that point. So Venmissa would have had to wait for to float up to the bottom of the room before she could attempt Aether Jumps to get out. And it's really dumb, though, because then you have to do some 3-frame jumps to get up, and that's like wall crawling in general, but in Prime, you don't get to control the direction of your fall when you don't control your fall when you just walk off a ledge like that. Everything okay, Venmissa? You got this. Oh. Yeah, it is really disheartening when you just can't get tricks and you just fall. But do you want to come in for a commentary? Or yeah, that would be nice. I need the help, clearly. Let me find the controls. Venmissa fell down Furnace doing the wall crawl. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, alright. Yeah, you still did a really good job, Venmissa. Pretty much what Andros Rao was saying. A lot of these tricks look really easy, but they're actually super risky and dangerous. Yeah. Well, whenever you're ready, Vanessa, the invite should have been sent to you. If it's not, let me know, of course, and I'll send it to you manually. Vertigo just passed the halfway point to the run, and with running by ship. I wasn't paying attention to be saved or not. Don't worry, Venmissa. We're all human. I would be equally unhappy if I butchered those wall crawls in a run too, in a race no less. I think we all would. Vertigo will be coming up on Plasma in just a little bit. Twin Fires Tunnel, here's a room. And there it goes. That's the end of Twin Fires Tunnel. You're supposed to have Spider Ball for that, but nah. You can just do that. The bunny hop is probably... it's one of the ways, one of the 3 ways to cross that room. You can do just a straight R jump. You can also stand on a standable spot and do a scan dash off the spider track. Oh, and you're supposed to use all 3 of these spinners, but meh, just meh. You can dash here to skip 1 spinner, and you can do this L jump to skip another, or a slope jump, which is also an L jump, I suppose. And that's that. 2 spinners skipped. We'll also be seeing a slope R jump to get to the actual plasma beam door. Like so. And that's early plasma. Who needs grapple beam? Fun fact, in a future releases of this game, they no backwards R jump. I wonder why. In future releases of the game, they added a door or a lock to that door that locked if you didn't have grapple beam. It's pretty good. Oh, Vertigo missing the jump there. That jump can be a little finicky sometimes. And he doesn't get bullied to death by the flying pirates. What a miracle. Still bitter, a little bitter about my run that was 2 minutes ahead and died to flying pirates. Just a little bit. And welcome to Fendrana Depths. This is one of the other really difficult sections of the game. Just like, well, it's mostly labs, but this area can do a lot of damage to you with the pirates and whatnot. Vertigo almost getting a nice little boost into the Morph Ball tunnel there. Not quite meant to be. Vertigo is currently proceeding to the edge of Fendranu to pick up the Artifact of Spirit, which you also need grapple for, technically. Rip grapple. You can skip it in, like, literally every usage case, with a dash or an R jump, even. And this is something else you need a power bomb for. There is a power bomb in this room at the very top. And some runners do pick that up. Like, even Thug Route that's the first power bomb expansion Thug Route picks up. And some runners doing this route pick up that power bomb anyways, because they don't want to deal with drop RNG in a labs. But yeah, the runners do need to find another... Oh, you can do that? Okay. Wow. You sometimes see runners dash off of... or you see most runners actually dash off of the glider in that room to get to the spot Vertigo landed at, but I guess not. I say that a lot when I'm watching these high-level runners go at it. It's like, oh, you can do that. Oh. Oh. This room is really sketchy, especially if you leave the pirates alive. Vertigo incinerated one and shot another, and that pirate died of damage over time. But that room can get really nasty when there's just shots flying everywhere and you get knocked down. It's just a mess. Oh, and Vertigo got his power bomb. Excellent. He needs that to get into mines for the next leg of the run. That's a really good spot to get a drop, honestly. You just don't have to think about now. He doesn't have to think about it at all. Edward is usually pretty okay. Oh, also that was Edward that just jumped through the glass and died. He can sometimes have a power bomb, but yeah. And generally, if you don't get a power bomb off of those two drops, you grind a control tower. And if you don't get a power bomb there out of like 15 crates, you reload Research Lab Aether, that room with the Metroid and Edward, until you get a power bomb from the 2 crates at the beginning where they came in from. Skate pod entrance. Evacuation occurred 6 hours prior to your arrival. Do you ever just realize that there's a lot of really good flavor text in the scan visor things that you just don't see in the speedrun ever? Yeah. Anyways, there's one of the things they came into labs for. Okay, good. So there's a fight here, control tower fight. If you hit a trigger in front of that other door, you're locked in. You have to kill 9 pirates, and it's a really big time loss, and you don't want that to happen. But if you boost like 3 times, you can sometimes just boost right into that trigger, and that's a huge time loss. Hey, Vertigo getting the other race tank. This race tank costs less time to pick up than the race tank in front of Fendrana Lab or Fendrana Entrance. But really, it's labs and Magmore 2 where you need that 30 tank for. Generally, you would be fine. Well, okay, and mines. But some runners feel the lack of another E-tank for like Magmore 2 and this area. Anyways, Thermovisor. Vertigo did the falling strat here. So it costs barely any time to pick up, or IGT. And it saves a bunch of time on the final boss. Thermal is not required to be the game at all. You can skip all use cases for it. And I do mean all use cases. But it's in the way, and it's basically free to pick up, so you might as well. Not only is it free to pick up, it saves probably like at least 30 seconds, if not more. I'm just guesstimating. Oh, nice dash. If Thermal were more out of the way, I doubt any percent would pick it up. In fact, I'm confident it wouldn't. Geez, Vertigo is going to be going into mines like at 50 minutes. Wow. I can barely get into mines like sub-hour. It's almost like Vertigo is really good at this game or something. Who could have thunk? So aside from a rough start with that frigate wall crawl, like Vertigo has had a really good run so far. Like, wow. There is still some nastiness coming up though in mines and final bosses. But we'll get there. Not a lot coming up here. This is the straightforward part of mines right here with PPC and whatnot. And SpeedGaming 1 raiding with another party. Wow, we're getting all the raids here today. Welcome to Metroid Prime Any %, where things can get pretty dumb. And Vertigo boosting into this trigger here to activate this fight, so he can just do a Goomba hop off of Elite Pirate here. You can stand on most things in this game, by the way. It's kind of silly. You can stand on enemies and jump off them. If it looks like you can stand on it, you can. And if it looks like you shouldn't be able to, sometimes you just can anyways, like so. And that's that room. That pirate will respawn in his canister when Vertigo has to pass through the room later. But for now, oop. That floor is janky, but it is faster to boost through that room because you hit the low trigger on this floor sooner. Yeah. Oh, whoops! There's an AI manipulation you can do on those guys. Those elite pirates, every single enemy that shares that AI, they have to look at you dead on before they can attack you. So we just walk around them in a circle. They can't. Venmissa fell down in some pretty nasty to recover places a couple of times. Not a couple. Well, just a lot of unfortunate events, really. This game is hard. As easy as Vertigo makes it look, it's not. Oh my goodness, that was a good maze. That was like 15 or 17 squares. Literally one of the best possible mazes you can get. That's RNG determined when you load the room, or enter the room, I think. One of the two. And wow, okay. That maze could go from anywhere from 15 to 55 squares. No 53 for whatever reason. And out of bounds. Oh yeah, and out of bounds in which you fall down, it's really terrible to recover from. And certain am I back? Okay, I'm back. Hello, my computer blue screened on me for no adequately explained reason. And I'm also, alright, don't mind that. That's just me with my phone open. Um, ugh. Vertigo also did have some problems with a friggin' wall crawl. He did fall down in one of the rooms. The same room where you go out of bounds in, actually. Otherwise, though, he's been having a good run. Anyways, what Vertigo is doing here is early newborn. You pick up the artifact newborn, but early. Yeah, this I think it is the stupidest one. Vertigo was stuck there, but eventually got repositioned / found the standable spot. Yeah, this kind of racing is not for everybody, of course, but also the any percent is just really nasty sometimes. Okay, Vertigo will transition to the next room. If the stream unfreezes, please don't blue screen again. Oh, my commentary stream froze. Mysterious. Oh, strange. Vertigo boost. What? No, what? My restream froze, and it was really awkward. Vertigo boosted inbounds and is boosting, or not inbounds, but boosted through wall, and then boosted back inbounds. Didn't get soft locked. Hallelujah. This saves, like, not a ton of time, like maybe 40 seconds, for how difficult the trick is. Like, yeah. Yeah, Vertigo made that look pretty easy. Nice dash. This room can also be really obnoxious if you don't get the dash. Vertigo picks up another power bomb, which he needed exactly one more pickup for all of your phase online stuff. And here's a Mega Pirate. OP has the exact same AI as the Elite Pirates, including the same flaw. So Vertigo can just walk around in a circle and do this. Ooh. Alright, Vertigo is trying to get a certain animation overlap or something like that. That is very slightly faster. Unfortunately, the last missile bounced. And he just went for Trooper Skip, but he was early, and now he's going to have to kill Troopers. Power. Alright, he can still kill all these in one cycle. It's a... Oh, hey Vertigo, don't die. He didn't save before. Oh, this is bad. Nope, never mind. This is fine. This is the most fine anything has ever been. Alright, so, Charge Plasma, burn the uncharged shot, and then another Charge Plasma, would do it again, and then Vertigo will lay a Power Bomb, boost away, and pull up X-Ray and kill OP. There's another AI manip going on right here where Omega Pyro will never spawn in the pool closest to you and never spawn in the same pool twice. So like that, you can just guarantee where OP is spawning and do this. Sub-hour phase-on suit, I could only dream of that. I could also only dream of sub-hour, I suppose. Wow, it's Kool-Aid suit. Incredible. That's the only time you'll see Kool-Aid suit, because my stream froze again? Okay, it froze on stream too for a little bit. Anyways, just a weird little quirk, because the game increments what each suit you have by one, so it goes from Varia to Gravity instead of Gravity to Phase-on. It's weird. Time for hardest boss with Phase-on mind, Shafts. Spiderless Shafts is coming up, and that's one of the stupidest tricks, or one of the stupider tricks for beginning runners to learn. It actually is one of the stupidest. Yeah. Oh, and so here's this guy again. He's back. But Vertigo will just jump over the fight trigger like so. And rip that Elite Pirate. My stream is having problems. Alright, seems like it's not just me. Please, did I blue screen again? No. Okay, so I think Vertigo's stream is just frozen. Okay. So long as it's not just me, I can live with that. So what Vertigo would be doing here right about now is Spiderless Shafts 1. And it's dumb. You need to do a bomb space jump to get to a certain standing spot, then line up very particularly so you can jump into some grate. If you don't line up correctly, the grate rejects you and you fall and you have to do the BSJ again, which is pretty tight. And bomb space jump being a trick where involving two things. One, when you leave the ground for 22 frames, the game still considers you as being on the ground. Oh, okay. Vertigo is paused to deal with it. All right, we're back. All right, and if you get the camera instructed like that, you can input a jump, and you do those fast enough, and you get a bomb space jump like so, and you can climb up things like so. Ta-da! For beginning runners, that trick is one of the most difficult to nail. This is still this is much easier, but still really stupid because this rock can be a real pain in the rear. And there we go. Coming up on Elite Research, where another artifact is, you're not supposed to come in through this way. There's a wall here. You're supposed to destroy with that cannon, but you can just boost through it like that. Boost twice and activate the laser. Oh, there's Calvin, by the way. He's a real jerk. And Vertigo's pausing there because the game takes a while to load some of these, the switch, and just, yeah. I think it saves both RTA and in-game time to a switch like that, or you pull up the map screen like that. Anyways, this phase on Elite, same AI problem. RIP. And Vertigo's trying to get a nice little cutscene overlap, but couldn't quite find it. Anyways, that's the last thing in phase on mines. No, it isn't. Or processing. Another really dumb trick. It's not terrible, and you can, of course, make it consistent, but just sometimes it's just dumb. Another raid, wow. Welcome, SpeedGaming 3, to whatever this is. It's Metroid Prime 80%. I know exactly what's going on. It's certainly Venmissa unfortunately forfeited because she missed a lot of tricks, or just a lot of things happened with her run, unfortunately, and yeah. Vertigo is on pace for probably a 58, I think. It might be a 59. I'm not entirely sure. No, it would be like a 57. I forget the math. Generally, if I mean, that's a lot of. This game is really dumb sometimes. Just, yeah. Oh, and Vertigo, of course, making ore processing look really easy, and I'm looking away when he does it. The last jump is really dumb. There's a setup you can use for it, but sometimes it just doesn't seem to work if you're bad, like me. But I digress. Now we're almost to final bosses. Vertigo just has to pick up the artifact of, I forget what it's called, that for sure, but... And then it's time for final bosses. All right. This is a pretty straightforward part of the run, and I'm sending a quick message. Ooh, fell in reflecting pool. That's a bit unfortunate. Oh, and this is the other part of IBBF. There's supposed to be a single ghost you fight in here, but meh. You can just skip it. Vertigo does have to land on that same peg though, because otherwise, if that single ghost activates, there we go. Okay, everything is still fine. If that ghost activates, that locks the doors and you lose a bunch of time. That's probably the biggest screw up in a while from Vertigo's side, honestly. He's been having a really good run. And there we go. And a freeze. Oh, what's happening? Okay, we're fine, we're fine. And it's time for final bosses here. Yeah, I do. I was in this tournament, actually. And then I lost twice, and now I'm not. But yeah, I am, I do participate in these events. Yes. Anyone remember when Justin crashed the game and Hall of the Elves trying to overlap cutscenes? I don't, but that sounds amazing. Someone else seems to have joined the commentary booth. Hey, it's Venmi.
Hey.
You might be a bit quiet. Say something.
Something.
There we go. Okay. Welcome to the commentary booth.
Thanks.
I'm sorry if you wanted to join earlier, but I legit thought the SpeedGaming bot would have sent something.
Yeah, it didn't send me anything, so...
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's alright.
Just coming up on Ridley here.
Okay, cool. Talk about Boost Ball?
No, I haven't yet.
Ooh.
It lets you go fast. That's definitely all it does.
Yeah, I don't have the restream up, so I don't know exactly where he is.
He just hit the impact crater cutscene.
Oh, okay, so did you talk about that Boost Ball deals 50,000 damage per frame?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so during the Ridley fight, Vertigo boost into Ridley, and it dealt 50.
Oh no, we're about to get to that.
Oh.
I just posted the commentary stream link.
Perfect, that helps.
Oh, did I say impact crater cutscene? Oh, I guess that means two things. I meant the cutscene just before Temple.
Oh, that explains it. Come on, Diggle. Yeah. You got this.
I'm so used to randomizer where that cutscene is removed. I'm just like, what is this cutscene called? And I see impact crater on the screen.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, so that's what it's called.
Yeah, Vertigo got midair boost there.
Yep. Oh, nice. Yeah, fighting. Vertigo's trying to go out of bounds here. No, he isn't.
Nah, he's just practicing UBJs.
Fair enough. You still have to wait for Ridley to land here, but you skipped a very long and tedious phase. It saves like 2 or 3 minutes, literally, trying to get Ridley down to this point.
Yeah.
You can, of course, wait till Ridley lands right now to do the boost, and you won't have to watch this cutscene, but this saves some in-game time.
That's annoying.
Immediately leading with that. And, oh, that's an invulnerability glitch. So basically, Vertigo hit Ridley on the last couple of frames. You could stun him, and that just makes Ridley invulnerable for reasons. Okay. For the longest time, I didn't realize that Ridley flinching like that was the chest protector breaking. Because until then, your power beam shots, and your beam shots only do like half damage. Something like that. I've heard Ridley's last words. Here are the words of O'Lear. No. Have some bird lasers for your sins.
Hear the words of O'Lear, last sentinel of the Fortress Temple. May they serve you well.
I have unironically watched that cutscene to get a full heal in Rando. Because echoes. So coming up here is a very fun and not at all really stupid trick. Definitely not one of the single stupidest tricks in the game.
It isn't.
Oh no. I don't like hearing those words. I'm going to let Venmissa explain this because it's a lot.
Okay, so recently, about 2 years ago, Vertigo discovered that there is a way to get out of bounds in this area. What it requires is manipulating a Metroid and basically getting popped out of bounds. But for some reason, you can't use the original two because of how their flight paths work. If they're in the wrong room, they'll try to go back to their original spots, and that won't work for this. So that's why Vertigo is power bombing both of these Metroids. Wait, what happened to the other one, dude?
It just
Must be a new
disappeared.
strat.
No, it just disappeared. What?
I'm confused.
Me too.
So, oh, it's right there. So basically, Vertigo just put the Metroid inside the other room, and is going up against this wall to make sure that the Metroid doesn't get. Hold on, what's he doing? Yeah, he was making sure the Metroid didn't get stuck in the wall. Otherwise, the Metroid would have died. So basically, what's happening here is Vertigo is setting up the Metroid to go in a certain spot. And then now the Metroid's floating because the Metroid's not supposed to be in this room. So there is a certain spot you need to be at for the game to push you out of bounds. And it's just slightly off the wall, like just barely. Basically, you want to tap down just as the Metroid hits the morph ball.
And there's a very tiny hole in the collision, which is why this works.
Yep. So yeah, this is like
and there
that.
you go.
Oh, he
and he got the
BFJ.
BFJ. Oh,
Nice
jeez.
job.
Yeah, that's a wow. Okay.
And
now you just get to skip final boss. Exo, not Essence, unfortunately.
Oh, this is solid. Look at this.
Oh yeah, this is real good right here.
Ooh.
Not fighting Exo is its own reward, and also you get to save 2 minutes IGT and 53 seconds of cutscenes.
Man, he hasn't. Oh, there is one bad spot, but like otherwise, he's doing like perfect. Oh wow.
Yeah, this is really good. Imagine fighting final bosses.
Come on.
All right, this is subchamber 4, right?
Yes, this is 4. And now he's going to transition into subchamber 5, and there you go.
Nice. That's incredibly solid.
That was really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
That bomb space jump is incredibly difficult. Unless I'm wrong, I think until now, I used to be the only person to have gotten it in a single segment run, but Vertigo's gotten it too.
Nice.
So, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm. All right, and this is just Essence. Very standard stuff, but the music is now just like the Phase-On core music, I guess.
Ooh.
Only visible to one visor at a time. You shoot with the Phase-On pools it lays. It's also a dumb fight.
The right place.
I hope so. If Essence is too close to the Exo Corpse, you'll get a pool skip, and that's awful. There is a manip that I'm pretty certain Vertigo must have done to get Essence to go to a reasonably nice place.
Yeah. Basically, this is an attack cancel, so Vertigo is allowing Essence to start her attack, but then almost immediately afterwards, hit her, which cancels the attack animation. And now he's going in and out of this pool in order to stop the pool from draining.
That should be enough. And that's the GG.
GG.
1:14:53. What a run.
Yeah. I would have had no chance of coming back.
Yeah, it's
0.
really unfortunate when falling down out of bounds is terrible. Oh, Vertigo did get the bot invite. Hey, GG.
GG's.
Hey, Vertigo.
Hiya.
Did you
So
see what happened with my wave, son?
No, I did not.
Oh,
I didn't have the
garbage.
stream up.
yeah, you won.
By
Venmissa fell a couple times in Wave Sun, then fell in Furnace in IBBF.
I rage
Dang.
quit. I rage quit.
That run though.
Yeah, that was other
It
than
was
that
good.
rough frigate wall crawl. That was a really solid run.
There-
Yeah,
like,
I was amazed by that.
honestly, looking at your final time, there was 0% chance I would have been able to catch back up. So, yeah, GG.
Let's see what the final time is. GG.
Probably like 54.
I don't actually know what this
Wow.
translate to.
54, 55.
That wow gives me some excitement.
Yeah, it's really exciting. That's a good run. Who would I be up against in losers? Is it Edson at this
My
point?
god.
Wow.
I'd check if I weren't eagerly anticipating this.
I'm eagerly
Final
anticipating
IGT.
this. Same here. I'm eagerly anticipating it too. Don't spoil it, Vertigo.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
He could have done that like a minute ago.
Oh wow. I'm amazed.
Yeah, I'm thinking 54.
Wow.
Whoa! What the heck? That's amazing.
Wow.
I tied my PB.
And that's with
Wow.
that really bad frigate wall crawl. Like, wow.
That was nuts.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that was G freaking G.
GG. Holy cow.
Oh, I'll check my ship time. Let's see.
Like, oh wow.
Man.
Oh wait, no, I can't
That's
check my ship save. Never mind.
Unreal.
That's nuts.
That is insane.
Yeah, go follow these
Wow.
runners.
Yeah,
Do
go
it.
follow
Do it now.
Vertigo.
They're good peeps.
Eh,
No, shut up. You're good peeps.
fine.
You don't get to say that about yourself.
Rate of 49.
I mean, I do have that right, but okay, you can shut me down. It's okay.
I'm forbidding it.
Fine.
Anyways, that was a really good run, Vertigo. Like, wow. Good luck, of course, in losers finals. Right? Is that the next round for you?
Is that the next one? Is it losers finals?
I think it is.
Let's check the bracket. I mean, and see who you're going up against.
Yeah, I was gonna check because most likely if it's losers final, if it's losers final, it's up against Edson. Let's see.
I don't think Edson's done his race, has he?
No, there's losers round 5. Edson would be we're 44. Oh yeah, there's Edson versus the winner of Icefire and Diggle. And then
It was
Pan.
Icefire one.
Which is Icefire. Yeah, Icefire very slightly has 13 minutes over me.
Okay,
Only slightly.
So Edson
Only,
versus
yeah, only
Icefire.
slightly.
Pan. Did East do his race yet?
No, I don't think so. At least, from what I remember.
So, whoever wins that race will go up against Pan. Edson versus whoever wins that, or Edson and Icefire versus whoever wins that. And then I face the loser, then I face the winner of that. So
Yep.
I get to sit back for a while
Nice.
because losers round 4, 5, and 6 have to happen before they face me, and then whoever wins that faces Vertigo twice if possible, if needed. Yeah, GG
Ooh.
Vertigo.
GG's.
Yeah. Any final comments on your runs?
This game
I
is
wish.
not easy.
It is
I
not.
wish I didn't disconnect from OBS.
Oh, that's right. That happened too. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to restart my OBS and.
Jeez.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I mean, I blue screened in middle commentary, so that
Oh
was
my
also pretty
God.
fun.
Jeez. Sounds like everything went to crap once I left.
I mean, I blame SRL. That's when things started going wrong.
Yeah.
Vertigo couldn't even connect to it.
And then it was like not the friggin' wall crawl, but that wave sun, I was tilted. I was tilted bad.
I don't blame you. I would have been tilted too.
This is what practice does, everyone.
Yeah.
Vertigo practices way more than I do.
Oh, I
To
have
be
not
fair, you
played
spent the last
much
2
recently.
weeks like moving, so
Well, I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general, Vertigo practices more than I do.
Oh, okay.
So
in
yeah, I
that
mean,
case,
that's about it for me.
that's it for me. If you want to join the if you want to pick up this game, there's resources. Let me post a link to the Discord real quick. Do you
Yeah,
have
go-
those on hand, Venmi?
I don't. Go get it. I'll get the tutorial, the any percent tutorial.
Oh god, where's the resources? No.
Just go to the Discord and create an invite.
Okay, here's a link to the Discord. There's a lot of really good people there who help you out and getting started. It's a good community. What Venmi is about to post is Remy Demi's beginner's guide, and for the most part, it's 5 years old, but for the most part, it still holds up.
It holds up really
don't
well.
do Floaty Wild, please, for everyone's sake.
Yeah, Remy teaches Floaty Wild. I did it, and I had no idea what I was doing because I didn't understand anything about Out of Bounds and Metroid Prime. When
Yeah, Floaty Wild involves going out of bounds, and
the out of bounds mechanics are not easy. Vertigo and I make it look way easier than it actually is.
Yeah. Yeah. With that though, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for a couple more races coming up.
All right.
And see you next mission.
See you next mission.